Hello guys, Currency Games here with another video. Today we're going to go over this week's price action, the setups that occurred that possibly I would have got in, or I did get in. So let's start on Eurgbp. Eurusd did give me a few setups, but wasn't really something I was really focused on. It was more on EG. What's that again? The thing. Anyway, if we go to Eurgbp, let me get this off and take this off. Now, if you notice these areas here, which we had this order block here on the daily, which I was discussing, and we also had this H4 for value gap here, and we also had this this H4 high, and we also had this H4 for value gap fill here. Now the reason why I'm putting out these areas is because these are the areas where you're going to get most of volatility from on these this daily and H4 levels. Okay, so let's go into it. So the first possible setup of this week, okay, we came up and took out this high here on the H4 time frame here. Not only did we take out that high, we also tapped into this daily order block. Now, before we even look at why is it like that, why is this anyway, before we even look at a setup, okay, we need our context. Okay, now bear in mind this is all in hindsight, so everything I'm saying here is much easier to see it when it's already happened than to see it actually in person. Okay, two different things. Okay, now in regard to Eurgbp, we had this daily order block here. Bearing in mind, I was discussing for a few weeks now the possible draw on the fair value gap resting just below here. Okay, and we had made a high to start the week. Let me just put that on here so you can see it. We made a high just here to start the week, and we were rolling over back to the downsides. Okay, put that just there. All right, now let me put this weekly indicator on so you can tell what week we're at. So okay, cool, we have this daily order block here. We traded up into that daily order block on what looks like Wednesday. Yeah, okay, trade up in that order block. Now let's talk about weekly templates. Most likely Tuesdays and Wednesdays make the high of the week. So as you can see here, we had the high of the week made on Wednesday. Let me just put that support there. High of the week created. That high of the week rated a H4 high and tapped into the daily order block. Okay, going down into the H1, what did we get? Let me get rid of this magnet thing. You can see the H1 started to roll over, push down bearish. As we took out this H1 high, this is where you can look for your entries to this H1 high. Sorry, as you take this H1 high, this is where you can look for your entries. Bearing in mind, look at the confluences. Daily order block bearish. Week fair value gap resting below. H4 liquidity taken, tapped into this H4. Did he tap that H4 order block? Just about. Yeah, maybe just missed it, but we tapped this daily order block here. Okay, also H1 took out this high. Then going down onto the M5, we had our MSB here. Now for me personally, I would not have got in this purely because it didn't return. Had it returned, it would have been something I would have been interested in to go short. However, this is just a miss setup on Wednesday. Fair enough, it happens, you miss trades. I'm not gonna lie, I say I got in at the top. I'm not gonna lie, I say I got in right here. It didn't hit my entry. It is what it is. Okay, coming into Thursday. Okay, let's go over it again. We've already tagged this daily order block. Price is closed bearish for that day on the previous day. H4 for value gap is literally right here. Okay, let me put that in green. Sugar. Okay, put that in green. Perfect. This is the H4 for value gap. Going down to the H1, what do we see in there? Now, I hope you guys are noticing the consistency in what I'm saying every single week by my setups. I hope you guys are seeing the consistency. Okay, H4 for value gap. Also have a H1 FEG just inside that. We also take our H1 high into that just barely, like we literally just tapped it. Look at the close we had. Go down to the 15-minute. Boom, MSB. This zone here can be your entry. Oh no, sugar. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, it's up here. To be fair, you could use either these levels. More aggressive entry, you could use this level as a MSB, or you could use this level depending on you. I probably would use this one here. And then also that level there is also that M5 MSB here as well. This is where I was in on the Thursday. Right here, okay. Targeting 2 to 3R. Okay, simple. Came down, traded up into it, dropped a bit, tagged it again, went bearish. Okay, there we go. Second setup of the week. First setup was a miss, second setup occurred perfectly. Going into Eurgbp on Friday, let's look at this again. Okay, what do we have? H4 FEG fill. Perfect. Still dailies looking bearish, but we can see we're rounding off a bit now, but we're still looking at this value gap down here. Okay, tap like H4 FEG, go down to the H1. My setup here was not here on the H1. No trade for me. If you wanted to get in, probably could have gone down to the M5. We tagged that H4 area, looked at this MSB just here, and I was looking at this, but obviously it's not my setup. I'm not entering it, no point. Took out this MSB here, breaker zone, simple, same thing, rinse and repeat. Oh, for God's sake, man, my internet's bad, man, just so you guys know. Flipping out. Entry just here, stops there, target 2 to 3R. This trade I wasn't in because it didn't hit my plan to the T, but this setup here was the setup of the week for me, right here. Perfect. So this was the only setup I got in this week. This setup almost hit my plan, missed out a few things, so I didn't take it, and this setup was a miss. But this setup here, plus 3R, perfect, all I needed. Okay, so do you see, guys, this is honesty. Like, you're gonna see people that are gonna lie and say they got in here. Okay, you're gonna see people lie and say they got in here. People probably did get in here. As for me, my setup didn't hit my plan to the T here. Yes, I felt FOMO. Yes, I wanted to get in, but I didn't, because when you break your plan, that's when the negative spiral starts. Okay, up here I didn't chase price. I let price do what it needs to do. We're gonna get another setup. It doesn't matter. But this is here where we executed ruthlessly and we got our plan. We got our 3% for the week done and dusted. We didn't need to do any more after that. Okay. In regards to EURUSD, we took a break even on EURUSD this week, and we had two setups that hit my plan, but I didn't take it purely because the stop loss size was just ridiculous. I didn't really like it, to be fair. So let's go with that today. We had a drop into steady fair value gap. Okay, now in all honesty, I'm gonna show you guys where I went wrong on USD this week. Okay, And I'm going to show you how, even though I said in the video this fair value gap could prove to take out this high up here and prove to show bullish reaction, I still went against my trade plan and took, I didn't take a loss, but it hit break even. I think I took a small loss. I think it was just like 0.1 or sorry, 0.2% of my account, to be fair. 0.2, yeah, that 0.2, was it 0.2? So 0.25 I'd say of my account was break even, but it's a small loss on here, to be fair. But I'm going to show you guys where I went wrong and how we're going to improve on that. Okay, so going into the week, we will talk about this fair value gap, and we also had this fair value gap marked out. Now we traded down into this. Now when we trade these daily levels, we shouldn't go against it, because the daily will just slap you out. But what did I do? I went under H4. I also saw we had this fair value gap. Bearing in mind, this is Monday. This was on Tuesday, sorry. Now, I was probably rushing to get in a setup, trying to get in anything that I could, and look what happened, guys. We traded into this fair value gap here quite nicely. To fair, we wicked down. So I was then targeting this low just here. Okay. Bearing in mind, we are in a daily fair value gap level to the upside. So what is the point taking sells on the H4 if we've just come into a daily fair value gap? There's no point, really, is there? Okay. Inside that daily fair value gap, we took out a H1 high, and we also had this H1 order block there. We turn over decently. So then I went down to the M5. Okay. And I was looking at this break in market structure here, and I got in at this breaker zone here, and my stop loss was just here, just a bit above the high, and my TP was for 2R just below these lows. And as you can see, it literally reversing us, and our setup basically happened in the opposite direction. Okay, so this was where I went in. I got in for a slight loss of 0.25% of my account. But then can you see how even I went against my own plan? I went against my own plan this week, because I took a setup knowing we were in a daily fair value gap. Right, what's the point in me selling if we're in this daily fair value gap? It's better off to have a wait and see a breakdown past it, or just wait to see or just trade with it. Do you know what I mean? But what did I do? Went on the H4, found the reason to get in, and yeah, we took a small loss. Now, I'm gonna get myself no. All you can do in these situations is journal it and move forward. Okay, so that was that. But that's just transparency. I'm showing you where I went wrong. We're humans. Like, every week you should do this. Like, don't beat yourself up for it, because you're gonna probably do it again. It is what it is. All you can do is journal it and move forward. Okay, that's all you can do. And this, and me going over it in these daily logs, is me journaling it. Okay, right. So the setup that I probably should have been in was, as we attacked this daily fair value gap, you can see we had the H1 array to the downside here, and we had an M5 MSB here. Now, the first reason why I didn't get in this is because, first of all, the session time, it was just after session time. Like, you can see, I don't trade after 4 p.m. It's after 4 p.m. Also, this was like a 30 pip range. That it's like a 30 pip SL, like 20 pip SL. Sorry, like, not for me at all. Like, I'll just pass. And the time as well, I couldn't bother to be in a trade overnight. There's no point. Bearing in mind, I just got slapped at break even on this trade, so I didn't really want to use my mental capital and just get into another position. Does that make sense? In regards to the next day, which was Wednesday, again, direction was fine, because we had, after tapping this daily fair value gap here, you will notice we had a small H4 fair value gap just here. So we have our support. You can see we tapped into that level here, we got our M5 MSB just here, but again this stop loss was just flipping massive, man. And me personally, I don't like going down to the M1 for my setups. It just lowers my strike rate, me personally. But as you can see, it's basically a 30 pip range. Again, I wasn't here for that. After that, there was just no other setup for me. We did have a H1 raid here, but there was no higher time frame level for me to key off for this, so didn't really get into it. But yeah, that was my week this week. To be fair, we took 2 trades, 1 small loss and 1 win for 3%. We missed out on it's not really the word. There's 2 setups I saw that I didn't enter because of the stop loss size, and 1 setup that we just missed purely because we didn't get our retracement back into our area to go short. But that was my week. Can't complain. I'll say we made around 2.7% this week. I'm happy with that. Do that consistently for a month, it's almost 10%. So yeah guys, that was my week. Tomorrow we'll be back again with our weekly outlook for the week beginning the 28th of November. And yeah, I hope you guys took value from that, and I hope you guys can see that everyone makes mistakes in these markets, you know what I mean, like, especially when you can see when the mistakes are literally things you said you weren't going to do. But yeah guys, thank you for watching, and good luck and enjoy your weekend.